14 rigs going out with us today. It's 4th of July weekend. We're heading out to Monument. We're gonna find a waterfall, and we're just exploring. So come along for the ride. Let's go. All right, here's our first little steep hill climb. We just got on the trail maybe like 10 minutes ago, and this is the first hill to get up on top to start following the ridge to get deeper into Eureka. It's not a bad hill climb, but it's a good little pull up the hill. You go 4 low and crawl it up, not too bad. Still a little overcast. It's not too terribly hot, which is good. We're heading towards Monument, right over there. Then we're gonna go find some waterfalls and hanging out. So we're just wheeling, having a good time. Hope you guys are enjoying the fun. All right, we're heading back out. Getting back in the vehicles from Four Corners. We're heading up Monument. We're heading that way. I'm gonna throw the drone up so that you can get a good view of the hill climb and all the rigs coming up and how beautiful it is at the top. You can see so far. So let's go ahead and let's get this drone up in the air here. Alright, so we started hearing a clunk coming up Monument where I was trying to get some awesome drone footage, and we investigated a little bit and we found that the double cardan on the front drive shaft has a tremendous amount of play for some reason, which is not a good thing. So we're going to pop it out, see if it's a U-joint. Hopefully we have the U-joints. We'll see. Let's get it out and take a look. Well, the group's leaving. They're heading out to the waterfall. Unfortunately, we're going to be turning around. We took the front drive shaft out. The whole, the inside the double cardan, there's a ball, kind of rotate ball joint kind of thing going on that broke off the ears, and yeah, can't really drive with that in there. So we took that off, and coming up this side of Monument would be rough in two-wheel drive. I think we'll be fine getting out. We're going to go pick up the truck. We're gonna head back into town, pick up a drive shaft, and hope that we can get back out here before the end of the day. And I would like to go see the wife, maybe surprise her with a visit. And Yeah, we got a whole weekend of wheeling left, so no big deal. We're just gonna make our way back home and go find a drive shaft for this thing. So we'll see you guys when something cool happens. All right, welcome back. We're making our way through the trail here. Maybe we got like 30 minutes till we get back to the trailhead. And then another 5-10 to go down the road to the camp. We'll pick up the truck. We'll make our way to Wasilla. We're gonna go check the shop and see if we got a drive shaft for this. I'm not 100% sure if we do or not. I feel like we might have something that'll work. It's not an XJ drive shaft. Cut this drive shaft at the flange, took a little bit out, shortened it a little bit because it's a JK front drive shaft that we made work for this. So it's kind of already used, unfortunately. I'm glad we caught it before it, you know, really caused some damage. That'll rip the T-case apart if you're not careful or mess up the pinion seal, you know, the extra movement and stuff or whatever. All right, so we are back at camp. Got the Jeep parked. We put some rocks under the tires. I'm gonna pull the rear drive shaft because I believe it's squeaking from the same place that this one broke from. So I'm gonna see if I can find a front and a rear drive shaft and get us back on the trail. So we're gonna pull that real quick. Stand by. Okay, all right, so we are now in the truck. We pulled the rear drive shaft out of the Jeep. We got both the drive shafts in the truck. We're gonna start making our way back into town. Hopefully we have something at the shop. I'm really hopeful that we have something that's at least the same length. If I have to change out a U-joint, that's not that big of a deal. But if I have to cut a drive shaft to make the right size drive shaft, will be a project that I was not looking forward to doing today. But we'll do what we gotta do to get back out on the trails tomorrow. Tomorrow we better go. All right, we're scouring through the shop right now to see if we can find a front drive shaft and a rear drive shaft. I took both of them out. I might be able to find a new rear. I'm not sure though. We're gonna do some measuring and see what we have laying around in the shop so we can get back out on the trail. This is the front we took off that's damaged. We got something's going on in the double cardan. I think the ears broke off that hold the there's like a ball and socket in the double cardan and that's broke off. Let's try to get you guys caught up. We've had a few things happen since we last spoke. We got home, we found a couple drive shafts. All the drive shafts that I have found so far, which is a good amount of drive shafts, none are the right size. So I'm gonna have to make my own drive shaft out of all these I went and found as many drive shafts as I possibly could. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 drive shafts. 2 are from the XJ, and we need to make at least one front, and I would like to make a rear, but we're kind of running out of time because Scott broke his track bar. I got a message from a couple guys in their inReaches saying that Scott broke his track bar, ripped it off or something like that, so he needs welding rods. So he's stuck in Eureka in the middle of the trail needing welding rods. I got some welding rods right here. These are, no, here we go, 1/8, perfect. This is what we want. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do here is fix my situation so that we can go help Scott's situation. The original front drive shaft. This is the joint that gave up the ghost. We're gonna cut the drive shaft apart. So these are 2 separate pieces that are welded together. So we're gonna grind down, see if we can find the center line, and we're gonna cut a perfect circle around that. That should allow us to take the other drive shaft, do the same thing, and marry the two. We'll marry the bottom part of this one that has the good U-joint to the top side of that one and go from there. So let's get to it. is to, these are all rears. The other option is to, if there was a slip yoke on one of these that was decent. But if those are all rears, I'd rather leave those as is. Let's see if we can get, I don't like that that's broken all the way down in there. This one came out way cleaner. Way cleaner. And that was tighter too. No. We're just gonna weld the crap out of it and hope for the best. So now we need to get this. We need to get that in there and get that straight. Get that as straight as we can and then weld it up and go. Because we're running behind. We're running way behind. All right. Well, I ran out of welding gas, so I'm gonna have to go back to the shop anyway. We're going to head over to the shop. We're gonna use Scott's welder because I ran out of argon, which is awesome, perfect timing, right? Weld the front drive shaft for me up. We'll probably try to grab his rods if we can remember, just so he's using what he knows. And then we're gonna make the dash back up to Eureka. It's 8:30. Hopefully we can get done at the shop around 9:15-ish, 10, 11, 11:30 to get back to camp is the goal here. And then once we get back to camp, I need to put my drive shafts in. We're gonna figure out what the game plan is, if they figured anything out, and then we're probably gonna make our way back out to Scott and have a late night, you know? That's kind of how it goes. I'm not leaving my guy out there in the wilderness unless that's the game plan. If that's the game plan, then we're gonna go from there. We're not too far off. That's gonna be doable. It's like 20 thousandths off or unbalanced. But you know what? For a front drive shaft going through the woods, I'm not too terribly worried about that. That should hold pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right, let's put this back in here. I just need to get up to camp, put that in, load the Jeep with all the gear for Scott, and then start making our way to Scott. He's way back there by the waterfall, so we're gonna get moving. See you guys down the road. Okay, so we're back, we're busy, we're trying to get these drive shafts back in. We got them in. Drive shaft front and rear. Got them in. We're gonna pack up to go get Scott. We are loaded up and we are heading out to the trailhead to start heading towards Scott. It's about a 3-hour drive and it is probably 12 o'clock right now. So we're gonna make our journey out to Scott and see if we can get him back to camp. We got this fog coming in. Makes it really interesting looking out here. We still have another 2.5 hour drive through the trails here to get to them. We're making pretty good time. Yeah, that's gloomy looking out there. It's a lake. Really thick down here. See, this front drive shaft holds up compared to the other one from earlier today. This is where we were starting to have some issues. Finally getting up here to the top of Monument. We got to go down the backside now and go up the river. It's about 1:23, 1:30 in the morning. Fun day of wheeling turned into broken repairs and then turned into a recovery real quick. It's kind of how wheeling goes though. Update. I am doing everything I can to keep my eyelids open. I am extremely tired right now. It is 2:38. Scott is somewhere in this valley. So we're gonna be getting close. He's gotta be down here somewhere. I think I'm gonna have to take a nap because I will be useless otherwise. And we're finally getting to Scott here. You can see his headlights off in the distance. What a journey out here this was, man. I am so tired, it's not even funny. I've almost passed out driving like 7 times. Oh.
Yeah, and then we came up, he went down it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Scott is moving once again. He spent probably an hour and a half with the welder doing his best to get back on there correctly, and we're now headed back. It's 4:30 in the morning. Scott is put back together the best he can with the tools that we had. We ended up having the stick welder that I brought wasn't the right plug for the generator, unfortunately. But he had a little stick welder gun thing that he was able to kind of tack some pieces together and we'll see if that holds. We have a long way to go to get out, so. All right, we're in horse pasture right now. This is horse pasture. 5:46 in the morning. I got my Red Bull. We are way back here still. We have a long way to go. We have the whole river to go down. And then we have to go up Monument, and then from Monument it's not too bad. Monument is maybe like an hour or so back to the trail. It's now 6:17 in the morning. We're making our way through past horse pasture, heading down the river towards Monument. 7 a.m. We're about to go up Monument. Locked in the hubs. The track bar job that we did out in the field is holding together really well. Scott's truck's still moving. We did a steering wheel shake. Looks good. On the other side, other note, I love the way that these tires look with dirt on them after going through water. We made it to the top of Monument up here at the lookout. We're heading that way. We don't have too much more to go. Scott's holding together pretty good over there. Enjoying the view for a little bit. It's about 7:38, almost 8 I think, getting there. We came from way back over there. We are in the parking lot. We're pulling out onto the trail here and we're heading towards the Eureka Lodge. We're gonna get some food and coffee and hang out. See you guys over there. Oh, the Eureka Lodge was so good. I had biscuits and gravy with some bacon. It was really good. We're getting over here to camp. We're gonna figure out a game plan and go from there. So we'll see you here at camp. Alright, we made it back to camp. I'm a little tired. Everybody else is gonna take a nap. We're gonna take a little power nap. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna address the situation. We might be able to find someone that has a welder, and then we'll go from there. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. It's not over yet, but stick around. Something cool might happen. Let's go to bed. Alright, good morning. It's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It is Saturday, 4th of July weekend. Last night was a long night. We went and got Scott, came back, took a little power nap. Some of the other people that were leaving, one of them ended up overheating on the way home. So we grabbed the truck and trailer, went and grabbed them, brought them back to camp. They're gonna go run and grab a radiator. They're gonna repair that here when they get back. Gunsight Mountain Lodge We're hoping it has a 240 volt or a welder that we could borrow, so we can get Scott's truck good to go home at least, or maybe back on the trail depending on how well we can repair it. I'm making myself a sandwich, about to have some food, go hang out by the fire for a little bit. We'll see you guys in a few minutes once we get a game plan going for what we're doing today. Thanks for sticking around. See you in a minute. All right, we are heading out to Gunsight Mountain Lodge. We're gonna see if Hap has a welder or 240 volt that we can use to get Scott's track bar situation a little bit more under control. So we'll see you over there at the lodge. Not yet? Alright.
No, he's still out there.
Somewhere?
Could be a couple more hours. He's usually around 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they left about noon, so.
Dave's about wheeling or?
Yeah, about 10 of them.
Oh, is Kurt with him?
I don't know. He's with them. There's just a bunch of guys.
Alright. Kurt works for Colville.
Yeah, I don't know. There's tons of them.
Okay.
Bye.
Couple hours.
Thank you. Yeah, good to have
Come back around 6 then or something? So it's now Sunday. We woke up, we started packing up tents and stuff, getting everything ready to go. We're talking about going and finding a trail that goes towards the glacier on the other side of the road. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not. Kind of have to see what Scott's got going on. We got to make sure that he can get home at least. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna go do the thing. Let's go check out the Eureka Lodge. We're here at the Eureka Lodge. They got rooms that you can stay in and rent. They got laundry, food, cabins in the back. Awesome little place here. Delicious food. 25-cent coffee. There's one of the rooms.
Can I do a takeout order? Yes, just an order first. And then 3 Dr. Peppers. Okay.
Hey, you look familiar. Let me just say the Eureka Lodge this time of year, everybody's passing by, coming around. That dog's got a bark. Yeah, it's a great place to stop and have some food. Make sure you check it out when you're swinging by. There are awesome people in there too. All right, let's head back to camp and see what the game plan is for today. All right, that was a really long weekend. Even though we didn't do as much wheeling as I hoped, we still did a fair amount of wheeling. We got to Monument. We did an overnight run to rescue Scott all the way past Horse Pasture and back. We hung out all day yesterday, contemplating what we're gonna be doing. Today we're packing up. It's Sunday. We were gonna go out, but I'm not super confident in the welding that we did on the trail for Scott to keep wheeling and then drive the truck all the way home. So we're gonna pack up, hang out for a little bit, and then we're gonna make our way back home. I'm gonna go unpack and start processing all this footage that we have over the weekend. It's been a busy 5 days. We left Wednesday night to get here to camp, to go to the Glacier View car launch the next day, then go wheeling the next day after that, then go wheeling the day after that. So we've been doing a lot. It's been busy. We're gonna put this video together and I hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye.